Henry Selick, director of The Nightmare Before Christmas, welcomes you to the wondrous worlds of Coraline. We'll explore Coraline's mundane real world, her glorious other world, and the creepy cool world lurking just beneath the surface. We'll also go behind the scenes to see how the brilliant filmmakers brought Coraline to life. Stay with us. Imagine moving to a dreary place thousands of miles from home.
Two more, a little bit.
Imagine your parents just don't have time for you.
Mom! I'm really, really busy.
Let me work.
Imagine being so bored.
One boring blue boy. 4 incredibly boring windows.
This is the real world of Coraline.
Coraline Jones is our heroine.
When the movie opens, Coraline's mom and dad are in the midst of a huge professional project. They've just moved.
Her parents are too busy, working on their garden catalog that they don't have any time for her.
And you still have unpacking to do. Lots of unpacking.
That sounds exciting. Come on. She's always wanting an adventure, and when you mention danger, she's all over it. I almost fell down a well yesterday, Mom. Uh-huh. I would have died. She meets this weird guy named Wybie who lives across the street, who's just a crazy guy who she can't really relate to.
Ooh. Let me guess, you're from Texas or Utah, someplace dried out and barren, right?
He's just a character who's a bit weird and quirky. But I think he has a good heart.
And I don't like being stalked! He's stalking her.
I wouldn't call it stalking, no, not Wybie.
Not by psycho nerds or their cat.
He's not really my cat. He's kind of feral. Wild.
The cat is very suave and kind of thinks he's the cat's meow.
Cats in particular, have those sixth senses.
Ha! Your cat's not wild. He's a wuss-puss.
She has neighbors. There's a strange Russian giant who lives up in the attic apartment.
I am the amazing Bobinski. But you call me Mr. B because amazing, I already know that I am.
Mr. Babinski is a giant Russian who is blue and eats beetroot, so I don't think he's to be trusted at all.
Yes, Mr. Babinski is blue, and he is just very eccentric and sad and lonely in his own way, and just believes he has this jumping mice circus, which no one thinks that he really does.
Well, they've always done that. The mouse circus is famous, aren't they?
Famous jumping mouse circus not ready.
And it works for Mr. Bobinski.
Miss Fink enforceable? But you said they're dingbats.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there are a couple of butty old actresses who've known each other for a very long time who...
Seedy old actresses.
Yeah. Firmly believe that they were great Shakespearean actresses who trod the boards, but in fact they were in very bawdy productions. Miss Forcible, what I love the most about her is she's got enormous bosoms. And I understand that, and I understand how to carry that into a performance.
Miss Spink is the slightly more delightful of the two. She'll be having the oolong tea.
I'm sure she'd prefer jasmine.
No, oolong.
Jasmine it is, then.
Why don't you ever cook, Mom?
Coraline, we've been through this before. Your dad cooks, I clean, and you stay out of the way. I play the mother who is really tired and worn out.
She's like a lot of our mothers. She can't always be shining and loving.
We made a deal. Zip it.
Oh, my twitchy, witchy girl.
I think you are so nice. Coraline's real father is sort of a lovable, affable, though easily distracted guy.
Well, I guess I'll see you around, you dizzy dreamer.
He has that thing that fathers do.
Dad!
When they embarrass their kids and somehow think that they're being cool, and they're not, they're just being really, really embarrassing, and you just want them to go away.
Because I have a terrible case of writer's rash.
on my...
Coraline's really feeling like there's nothing for her in this new dreary place.
And then she discovers a small door hidden behind the wallpaper in the living room.
And that's where the trouble starts.
Next, we'll discover what's behind the little door. Or should they?
Hey, Mom! Where does this door go?
She convinces her mother to open that door and finds that it's all bricked up.
Bricks? I don't get it! And then, in the middle of the night, it mysteriously opens and there's a hallway to the other world. Whoa.
It's a hidden passageway that leads to another version of her own house.
Huh?
She discovers a similar house, but everything's improved.
And waiting for her there is her other mother.
You're just in time for supper, dear. Who is just surreally perfect. We've been waiting for you, Coraline.
She wants to play games with her, be there for her, be her friend. All the things that Coraline thinks she would like her real mother to be.
And in a real way that I think Coraline really starts to think, this mother is better than my old crappy tired mother.
I didn't know I had another mother.
Of course you do. And soon as you're through eating, I thought we'd play a game.
She has buttons for eyes, which, you know, oh, that's creepy, but she covers that all up with her great cooking and gorgeous looks that you don't really notice that.
Now go tell your other father that supper's ready.
Well, the other father is everything that the real father isn't. He's completely focused on Coraline. He's tons of fun.
Hello, Coraline.
He's sort of a combination of like a big kid and a little bit of Dean Martin.
Daughter in distress.
Initially, everything seems like it's a much more interesting, a much more cool place.
In her other room, the wallpaper talks to her, the toys interact with her.
Hello, Coraline. Hello, 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 hello.
And the food is much better there as well.
There is a gravy train that comes around and actually pours the gravy on your potatoes. There's a chandelier that comes down with different kinds of milkshakes and sodas and flavors of all different kinds of drinks.
It's this whole other world where a better version of her life exists.
You probably think this world is a dream come true.
The cat can speak in the other world, and it can travel in and out at will because there are catways in and out of most any place.
I come and go as I please.
It's not like in the other world where all he could do is meow about it. No, he can, you know, say, hey, after all, I'm just a big fat wuss-puss.
He's kind of sarcastic to Coraline, and Coraline kind of meets her match in the cat.
The world that Coraline finds, the other house, the other garden, the other friends and everything else, is appealing for a lot of reasons.
In the real world, Spink and Forcible live in a cramped, uncomfortable place, but in the other world, it's transformed into a huge theater.
Did I hear a banshee? You're secret with envy.
How close to us are they?
Oh, in comedy form, quite close.
Yes, I don't think we have quite the rivalry that they have, or certainly not overtly.
This mermaid enchantress, no I birth of Venus.
That's very funny, actually. I like them trying to top each other. Even in the song, they try to go up an octave to prove that, you know, one is better than the other.
And who is better? Me.
In the other world, there's the other Bobinski, and he's a magnificent ringmaster of a real jumping mouse circus.
Like a general almost in this unbelievable costume, and he's commanding these mice. So when we come back into the real world, we wonder if Mr. Babinski does really have a jumping mice circus.
The mice, they asked me to give you a message. They are saying, do not go through little door.
She realizes that the other mother wants to keep her.
I want you to let me go.
Is that any way to talk to your mother?
You aren't my mother. She wants you to stay there with her, and then she starts to waste away and get more witch-like.
At her soul, she's some sort of evil force that thrives on the lives of children. Ooh, creepy.
Just ahead, the creepy, cool side of Coraline.